Hello and welcome to this tutorial for the game Mandala Stones. I'm very positive about this game. It's only the setup that I think is a little tedious. So instead of making a separate video for that, I'll just show you here. You place these boards in the middle of the table. This one has nothing on it, but on this one you have to place these stones as you see. That takes quite a while, and showing a video of me doing this would be a bit silly. You have to make stacks of 4 discs and place them on these spaces with this symbol. According to the rulebook, you have to make 1 layer at a time, but I say do it any way you want. Just make sure you gave the bag with these discs in it a really good shake and shuffle before placing them. Next, you take these 4 black pillars, the artists, give them a little hustle, and then place them on these 4 spaces between the stacks. Then every player gets their own little player mat, a scoring cube that goes on 0, and a token of 50 in case you score really well. Finally, you have these cards. You can give these information cards to every player. The rest of the cards you shuffle and give 2 cards to every player face down, because only the player may look at them. And done! This is how you set up Mandala Stones. Pick a first player and you can start the game. My tip is to keep a little reminder close for who the first player is, because every person gets an equal amount of turns. Now, how do you play the game? You are going to keep playing until you place a disc on one of these spaces, these ones showing the hands. If you are with 2 players, it will be the final round as soon as this one is covered up. For 3 players, it's this one, and for 4 players, it's this one. If you place a disc there, you are in the final round. This is why you need to remember who the first player is, because everyone should have the same number of turns. That is one way you reach the final round. There is one other way the game could end. If it's one player's turn, but that player just can't do anything, then that is also the final round. Either way, whoever has the most points when the game is over is the winner. You get almost all your points during the game and a few bonus points at the end of the game. I'll get to that later. First, what do you do when it's your turn? When it's your turn, you can choose between 2 things. You can either take new discs from here, or you score points for the discs that you already have on your player mat. So pick or score. That's what you can do when it's your turn. Let's start with scoring. This is how you get points. For scoring, you also have 2 choices for what you want to do. You can either do the full scoring process, or you can say you want to remove any number of discs that are on top at your own player mat. So, for example, I could say I want to remove 4 discs that are on top of the stacks in front of me. In that case, I get 4 points, 1 point per disc. And then I remove 4 of the top discs and place them here on this board. You start in the middle and follow the track around. That's one way to score. Take the top discs and get 1 point per disc. The other way to score is the elaborate way, and that could give you a lot of points. Try to go for that as much as you can. If you look at your own stacks in front of you, and at least two of them have the same color on top, you can do the elaborate scoring. On my player mat, I can see I have 4 stacks with blue on top. So I can do it. When it's my turn, I will tell the other players I'm going to score, and I do that with blue. So let's do it. This is how the elaborate scoring goes. You always go from left to right. This is a scoring, this one, this, and this one. I only score for blue. This stack does not have a blue one on top, so I'm skipping this one. Okay, from the left. This one means I get 1 point for every height of stack that I have. It doesn't matter what the colors are or how the discs look, only the height. I've got a stack of 1 disc. I've got a stack of 2 discs. I've got a stack that is 3 discs high, and even one that is 4 discs high. I've got 4 different heights. So that's 4 points for this one. Keep in mind, 0 also counts. If I had an empty space, that would also count as 1 point. I go forward 4 points on my own scoring track. Next one. These 3 are the same. This first one says that if I have 1 disc here, it will give me 4 points. If I have 2 discs here, I get 2 points. If I have 3 discs here, I only get 1 point. And if I have 4 discs here, that's also 1 point. Well, luckily I only have 1 disc here, so I get 4 points. I take the points. The next stack doesn't have a blue disc on top, so I can't score here. This one will have to wait until another time. Moving on, this one works the same as this one. I managed to create a stack of 4 discs high. Let's see what I get. I get 6 points for that. I take my points. And then the last one, you can see colors. I said I was going to score for the color blue. How many blue discs can I see from the top? 1, 2, 3, 4 blue discs. So that's 4 points plus 1. So 5 points. I take 5 points. Just like the other way of scoring, I then take the discs. I scored for blue, so I take these 4 blue discs and I place them on the main board here, following the track. If you place your stone on top of a space that says +1 or +2, that means you can take those points. That is scoring. Either choose a number and take that many top discs from the stacks and get 1 point per disc, or do the elaborate scoring where you choose a color and get points for every stack that has that color on top. Don't forget, you need to have at least 2 stacks of that color. The other thing you can do when it's your turn is take new discs from here. The first rule is that you must have an empty space on your own player board to put them. So if you don't have an empty space, you can't take any new discs. Alright, how do you take new discs? First, you take one of these black pillars and place it somewhere on an empty space. You can see that two of the pillars show this symbol and the other two show the other symbol. All the discs have either this symbol or that one. If I use the pillar with this symbol on it, I can only take the top discs with this symbol on them. If I use the pillar with the other symbol on them, I can only take the top discs with that symbol on them. Only the discs that are on top of the stacks. That's easy, but there's more. I'll show you. I choose this pillar and I'll place it here. It shows this symbol, so I can take discs with the same symbol. But on the other side of this stack, there is another black pillar. That means I can't take this disc. It's blocked by this one being here. You can't take discs from a stack that has another pillar on the other side of it. And the last thing about taking new discs, you have to choose which one you take first. That disc goes on the bottom. And then you have to take the rest in clockwise order. So, I took this one first and placed it. Then clockwise I have to take this one next, place it on top of the other one. Then next one is this, but I can't take it because it's blocked by the pillar on the other side. But I can take this one and place it on top of the other two. That is how you take new discs when it's your turn. Move the pillar and then take only the top discs that you're allowed to take in clockwise order. And that is also how you play the game. The only thing left is these cards. Don't forget about them when you're playing. When the game is over, you reveal both of your cards and you pick one of them. If you have exactly what the card is asking for, you get these extra bonus points. That's it. The card speaks for itself. If it's not clear, I'm sure you can look it up on the internet. The cards have these tiny numbers that are meant for looking them up online. Anyway, it's a lot of information, so it would be a bit much if I repeated it all. I hope you feel like you're a bit ready to give it a first try, and that you'll enjoy it. Thank you for watching this tutorial, and see you for the next one.